Today on Newsbeat, the 2007 LSU murder trial comes to an end with the verdict of not guilty.
Also, studies showed that women may still have a long way to go in achieving equality.
And thanks to a new constitutional ruling, students now have one less test to worry about.
All this and more, Newsbeat starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Amber Washington.
And I'm Michael Edmondson. Thanks for joining us. 6 years following the murder of two LSU grad students in 2007, a jury has found the two men accused of the killing not guilty. Earlier this week, Casey Gathers and Michael Lewis were found not guilty in the murders of LSU grad students Sasandra Seka Koma and Kairon Alam. Both victims were international students from India. Investigators say they were shot execution style inside their apartment, which is located just on the edge of campus. Gathers was reportedly released from prison while Lewis remains locked up on other charges.
It's day 10 of the government shutdown, and Tiger TV reporter Leah Alexander explains LSU students are not immune from the political standoff in Washington.
The government shut down Tuesday, October 1st, due to Republicans and Democrats not being able to reach an agreement on the spending plan for the fiscal year. The argument ceased over the president's signature policy, Obamacare. Republicans led by Senator Ted Cruz of Texas believes that Obamacare is entirely bad for the country, pushing for government funding to undercut it. The government shutdown has impacted American citizens across the world, even our very own LSU family. While more than 800,000 government employees have been sent home, holds been placed on guns and passport issues, and the economy remains at stake, the shutdown has also hit home. LSU senior Ariel Brown says how the shutdown has impacted her family.
It actually impacted my family by affecting my sister. Basically, my little nephew, he's at the age where he needs to go to school. It's a pre-K, and my sister wants to give him an education, but she is not eligible to receive any type of financial assistance, so she has to pay over $120 a week as a single parent for my nephew while attending school and actually working.
LSU Student Government Vice President Taylor Parks says how the shutdown may affect students.
Currently, at a university-wide level, there's not a huge impact on students at this time. However, I think that it may change depending upon how certain things play out. For example, if students have some type of federal loan or federal grant, they may be affected in the future with that. And then also different services, if those were to be cut off, may not be available to students.
There is no clear date of when the shutdown will end. Students should be prepared for pending effects. For Tiger TV, I'm Leah Alexander.
This is the first shutdown since late 1995, and it lasted 21 days in 1996.
Louisiana has just been named worst state in America for women. According to the Center for American Progress, Louisiana ranks lowest in the nation for women's health care, equal pay amongst genders, and underrepresentation in leadership roles. Gender inequality isn't the only issue students should be concerned about, according to 247wallstreet.com. Louisiana ranks number 2 for worst states to be unemployed. Career Services Communication Manager Kanissa McKay explains how students can avoid becoming a statistic.
We do want to remind students that they may need to be flexible when they're looking in their job search, that they may have a degree in finance and they may want to go out and do something related directly to their degree, which obviously we want that for them as well. However, they may need to take a different position that's going to help them grow and have that professional development and move up either in the company that they're with or secure that next job because they'll already have a little bit of experience under their belt.
McKay also said that students should consider internships to put them ahead of their peers in the job market.
Some students now have one less test to worry about when it comes to getting into college. Tiger TV reporter Dominic Turnbull has more on the federal decision that keeps chemicals out of the application process.
The ACT and the SAT are both tests that determine if students can get into LSU. However, in the past, many schools, such as Lynn State Technical College, have also required students to take a drug test to get in. A federal judge now says that that's unconstitutional. LSU Health Promotions Coordinator Kathy Saychuk thinks this is one test too many.
You know, the majority of our students are probably not engaging in the usage of drugs, whether that would be illegal use of prescription medications or use of illegal drugs. So I think that the reality is it's not going to have as tremendous an impact.
This ruling applies to public colleges, but private schools can make their own decisions about drug use. LSU sophomore Jordan Machida is glad that this wasn't a step she had to take before starting the year.
Drug testing or being drug tested wouldn't have changed my decision to come to LSU as a freshman or to come back this year. But I can see how it is an invasion of privacy and would be unconstitutional.
Whether you test or don't test, I really don't think that has that much of a bearing on whether or not someone's going to engage in the behavior.
Many schools are impacted by this decision, but LSU is not one of them. For Tiger TV, I'm Dominique Turnbull.
To find out more about the dangers of drugs, you can visit www.shc.lsu.edu. The fear of losing a loved one can be paralyzing, but the same fear that motivated two Port Allen parents leaped into action. Kelsey Wingetter reports on how the Stevens family is fighting to do what they can to save lives.
Randy and Mark Stevens have a different set of fears than most parents. Their 4- and 5-year-old sons are both autistic.
They run. They don't know where they're running. And they will run without any regards to their safety, into traffic, onto a street, into woods, into a pool.
The Stevens presented Project Lifesaver at the Port Allen Committee meeting Wednesday. Project Lifesaver is a service that helps locate anyone who has a medical reason that may cause them to wonder.
I'm hoping if we can implement it, we'll really take away that anxiety and fear of not knowing whether he's going to be in the middle of a field and we're not going to be able to find him, or if he's going to be on the River Road and we're not going to be able to find him before a truck finds him.
Project Lifesaver can track somebody just with this device. It's the size of a watch. If you're searching on the ground for somebody, it's about a half-a-mile radius. If they're searching from the air, it's about a 2 to 3 mile radius.
Randy says they started promoting the program last year after an autistic 6-year-old wandered 2 miles away and was hit and killed in West Baton Rouge Parish.
I'd love to give that family some peace of mind to say, hey, something different. Maybe we couldn't have helped we couldn't help your child at that time, but we've done something different to try to help now.
Project Lifesaver has over 3,000 rescues with a 100% success rate. Fire Chief Rick Boudreau acknowledges this program would complement their current search and rescue response team.
With the tracking devices, it narrows the search down so they're more easily found. Obviously worth it.
There's currently a grant available that would cover any startup costs for the parish. However, the grant would not cover maintenance costs and additional tracking devices. For Tiger TV Newsbeat, I'm Kelsey Wingert.
There are dozens of ways to get involved with Project Lifesaver through donations, raising awareness, and becoming a Lifesaver Angel. Visit their website at projectlifesaver.com for more information.
Well, it's certainly been a pretty nice week. Clear skies, nice temperatures.
And no, I hope the weather continues. After break, we will have a weekend weather forecast with our forecaster, Lauren Graham, so stay with us.
Good evening, LSU. I'm Lauren Graham, and here's your daily weather forecast. This morning started off a little cloudy, but it turned into a beautiful day. Temperatures are a little higher than yesterday, but still much cooler than the beginning of this week. Here's a picture sent in by LSU student Rosalind Weir. You can see the cloudy skies perfectly in this picture. If you want your picture to appear on the next weather show, hashtag TigerTVWeather on Instagram or Twitter. Tonight, the high is 79 degrees and the low is 65 degrees with a 0% chance of rain. Friday, the high is 87 degrees and the low is 66 degrees with only a 10% chance of rain. Now to the 5-day forecast. The next 5 days, we should have partly cloudy skies and relatively cool temperatures. The temperatures are looking pretty consistent with the high around 86 degrees and the low around 66 degrees. Saturday for the game, we should have great weather. It should only get up to around 86 degrees, which is good news because the game starts at 2:30. There is a 20% chance of rain, but as we know, it never rains in Death Valley. Well, that's all for today, so don't forget to check Tiger TV for your up-to-date campus weather report every day. I'm Lauren Graham, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Lauren. Coming up after the break, we'll hear from Katie Stewart in our weekly Student Organization Spotlight.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Newsbeat. I'm Katie Stewart, keeping you organized with all things student organizations. On a morning run earlier this week, I found myself looking out over the lakes and enjoying the beautiful landscape that only LSU has to offer. While I was enjoying this view, I noticed something I had never seen before, the LSU rowing team out on the lakes for their morning workouts. If you are a morning person looking to get physically fit, this is the student organization for you. LSU's rowing team has been in existence since 2004 when a group of avid rowers decided LSU needed a team. Since then, the club has thrived, getting new members each year, competing in the rowing competitions called regattas all over the country. I spoke with the team's president, Danielle LeBlanc, about everything the rowing team has going on and their upcoming regattas.
We compete in quite a few. This semester we'll be going to Austin, Texas for Pumpkinhead, and that one you actually can do costumes for, so that'll be pretty awesome. And then we're going to Gainesville, Georgia for another regatta, and that one is headed to the south. That one's a new one we've never been to before, so that'll be pretty cool to see. And we have a state regatta in New Orleans actually, so we can have people from Baton Rouge come down and families come down and just to check it out. So that's a great opportunity to see what we've been putting forth all year long.
The Louisiana Regatta is November 2nd in New Orleans and is open to the public to cheer on their favorite teams. LeBlanc and the rest of the rowing team welcome everyone to their event to cheer on the Rowing Tigers. The rowing team is open to anyone who has an interest in joining the team, no matter their level of rowing experience. For more information about the rowing team and everything they have going on, you can visit their website or Facebook page. Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Student Organization Spotlight. I'm Katie Stewart. Keep it organized, LSU. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Katie. That's all the time that we have today, but you can catch our show online at tigertv.tv or on our YouTube channel.
Be sure to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter also for our latest updates.
From all of us at Newsbeat, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here on Monday, so have a great weekend.